Hey, welcome back. So have you ever had one of those days where it seems like every little minor inconvenience that you can think of happens? Like you drop your phone, the screw falls out of your glasses, um, you open up the refrigerator, milk spills out on you. You know those kind of days. Oh, the eggs break. Oh, just the small little things. Yeah, it's not going to send us in a crisis, but it's enough to frazzle us and to throw our day. But instead of letting that turn us into a walking disaster, we're going to rewind, we're going to reevaluate, and figure out how we can grow from these different situations. We're going to be managing our emotions, because if we cry over the spilled coffee, that's not going to refill our cup, will it? Those tears are not going to refill our cup. So instead of letting insanity get the best of us, we are going to manage our emotions, turning those difficult emotions into growth opportunities. How are we going to manage those emotions? First, we're going to acknowledge the emotion because it does exist. Instead of ignoring it or suppressing our feelings, because when you suppress too much, one obstacle, another obstacle, it can really boil over. We're going to recognize them. We're going to accept them. So if you're feeling frustrated at work, admit if you need help and then address the situation instead of lashing out and just boiling over, just being hot-headed. So acknowledge them. Acknowledge them. They exist. I think one of my biggest blow-ups is probably people moving while I'm teaching. Stay still. I don't need you to get up and walking. That is so distracting for me. That is one of those blow-ups. I probably shouldn't say this out loud, because then people will think that that's what they're supposed to do, especially if one of my students get a hold to this video. All right, so the next thing you're going to do is reframe the situation. Shift your perspective to find a lesson or opportunity for growth. For instance, instead of seeing failure as defeat, view it as a learning experience that helps you improve and try again. Reframe that thought. Maybe you didn't get the line right the first time, maybe if you're running lines, but maybe it can help you remember your lines because you were struggling with remembering lines for something. And I'm talking about a drama like a play or something like that. By, making that failure, not failure, but that little obstacle, you can grow from it. Oh, I know that's not the word. This is the word, so to help you remember in one way, but we got to reframe the situations. Next, we're going to channel our emotions into positive action, using your feelings as motivation to make changes. If you feel anxious about a big presentation, prepare a little more. Read it over and over again. Practice will boost your confidence because you're confident in what you're doing. Practice a little more. If anger arises, redirect it into a problem solving versus reacting impulsively. You got to think. Use your brain. You have one. Use it. Sometimes we let our emotions get the best of us. It's like that saying, charge it to my head, not my heart, because you know what our heart feels. It's the same kind of scenario. Like, we've got to sometimes stop charging everything to our head, because if we continue to charge it to our head, we're not using that head of ours, that brain, to think through some things. So sometimes we got to stop, slow ourselves down a little bit and think out some issues that we have, so we can really make sure we're managing our emotions. And if you have a whole lot going on, because I know, like, once you're in adulthood, there's so many different battles. You have your home life. You might have work stuff. You might have your kids. You might have your spouse. You might have your parents. You might have your grandparents. You might have all these different things to kind of work you up. But you got to learn how to center yourself and calm yourself so you can manage your emotions. All right. Remember, we're going to acknowledge the emotion. We're going to reframe the situation, and we're going to channel our emotion into a positive action. Now, so managing these emotions means recognizing them, reframing those challenges, learning into learning opportunities, channeling your feelings into positive actions. Instead of reacting impulsively, you can turn your frustration or fear or disappointment into motivation for you to grow. Mastering the skill of your emotions will lead to better decision making, stronger relationships, and just a more balanced life. Another thing that will assist you in this is scheduling. If you're one of those people who has a chaotic schedule, scheduling everything out will help you as well. But that's nor here nor there. There go off the deep end into a whole nother conversation. With that being said, I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch my video. Hopefully you've liked, subscribed, and shared my videos with someone else. With that being said, have an amazing day.